Unlike most people who play Valorant, I really enjoy the competitive aspect of the game. My daily sessions are structured differently and much more strictly than the average player, even the ones that are way better than me. And while you might think that this is cringe, I have a dream to play Valorant in a competitive team setting during my time at college at least once. Hey, I'm Corey, an Ascendant 2 Valorant player, and this video is going to cover how I currently structure my rank sessions in order to improve at the game. At the end of the video, I'm going to make some adjustments in order to further optimize it. So at the start of each session, I aim train for around 45 minutes, and this is so I can warm up my hands, my eyes, and my reaction time, as well as improve certain aspects of aim that I struggle with. I currently aim train on 𝐁𝐻𝐬𝐽, and the routine that I do is something that I made watching my own gameplay and noticing weaknesses or shortcomings in my aim. Something else that I do, which I think is worth mentioning, is I use a higher sensitivity in aim trainers than in-game. So my 𝐁𝐻𝐬𝐽 sensitivity is 0.215, and in-game it's 0.155. I use 1600 DPI, by the way, and the reason for using a higher sensitivity in aim trainers is because a higher sensitivity requires more precision. And I have noticed significant improvement in how steady my aim feels since I started playing on a high sensitivity during aim training. I've been doing this for a couple months now, and I think you guys should try it out too. This little warm-up is my only aim training session of the day. I don't aim train separately, and I also don't play for scores, so I use the same sensitivity and FOV for every single scenario I play. Next up, I hop into the range in Valorant, and this usually takes less than 10 minutes. Here, I just shoot bots until I'm adjusted to the slower sensitivity, and I also get accustomed to moving while shooting or counter-strafing. Once I feel accustomed to both the movement and slower sensitivity, I will play hard bots until I feel crispy, usually with a Vandal and then a Sheriff. With the Vandal, I'm aiming for around 20 kills, and with the Sheriff, I'm aiming for around 15 kills. For me personally, I think it's good that you set a baseline and have like a minimum that you have to hit before queuing into a comp game. That way you can assess your mechanics before actually playing and know that you're good to go. After these few minutes in the range, I'll play 1 to 2 death matches, and you guys already know how to play deathmatch, but I'll say it again in case you are a mindless comp player. So during each deathmatch, you want to focus on 1 or 2 things per each deathmatch. So for me, this is usually hitting the first bullet, or having perfect crosshair placement, or perfect peeking during the whole match. And finally, what you've probably been waiting for is competitive games, and here I queue 1 to 3 games, and I try to rest my eyes between each game. Today, I honestly played pretty bad, so I won't be showing any footage here, but just know I lost 4 in a row, and I lost 80 RR today, so I went from Ascendant 3 to Ascendant 2 40 RR, and it's been kinda great. But yeah, that has been today's session, and that's what I do pretty much every time I try to play comp. I try to stay consistent with this routine, and I noticed it actually has been working wonders. I went from Ascendant 1 to Ascendant 2 very quickly after I started doing this consistently. But now that I've touched Ascendant 3 and I've queued into Immortals, I have noticed that I've been struggling a lot, and there are some things that I can further optimize in this routine. So while this plan is already pretty strict and detailed, there are a few adjustments that I want to make based off today's performance and what I've been noticing day to day. First of all, I'm going to start one-tricking Jett just so I can focus on mastering her. I want to start watching 1 to 2 Jett VODs of pro players and start comparing their play to mine in order to figure out what they do better and what I can do to improve. Next thing that I noticed is today I got really tilted at both myself and my teammates, and I don't want it to happen again in the future. I'm not sure if the games were winnable today, but tilting just lowers the chances of winning no matter how you spin it. And there's a few things that I can do to improve my mental during this routine, and I think one is being aware of it, being aware that I'm the type to tilt, and just like set myself in stone, I'm not going to tilt today. And another thing is I think I need to get more consistent sleep and more consistent exercise, along with practicing meditation and other things that are just really good for your mental health. And lastly, just something small, but maybe you guys will care about this, I want to move my deathmatching until after I play competitive. And this is something personal that I don't really recommend everyone doing. However, for me personally, I don't think that deathmatching before comp has been very productive, and I want to play them at a separate time where I can focus on improving my raw mechanics, not right before a comp game where I need to be worried about a lot more than just gunfights, because I feel like when I play deathmatch before a comp game, I get overly confident, or I just you take fights differently when you think they have no utility compared to when they actually have utility. So I want to get better at fighting with utility and fighting with a team. So maybe team deathmatch could be an option, but for now, all I know is that I shouldn't queue deathmatch right before I play comp. For me, I perform a lot worse. Anyways, that has been my routine and the improvements that I want to make to it based off today's performance. And I want to stay consistent with it and see how much I improve in the next few weeks. And of course, I will be updating you guys. I'll be making a lot of videos. I just want to thank you guys for 50 subscribers just off my first video. It's really meant a lot to me and it's been encouraging reading your comments. So thank you so much. And yeah, if you don't already know me, I'm Corey and I'm 17 years old. Next year, I'm gonna be in college and I hope by that time I can play collegiate Valorant. And that'll be hella fun. Anyways, it's been a great time telling you guys about my routine, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.